Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a project. I'm going to be redoing the Silver Streak locomotive, and I'm going to be seeing if we can attempt to put a dual motors in it to make it a dual motor locomotive. I took it apart last night, and I washed everything up, gave everything a bath, cleaned everything up, got it ready, except for this front motor, which I left so I could service it while we're online doing the movie, so you folks can get at home can get an idea how that's done as well. But to start with, we're going to put the body back together. As you see, when I bought it, it's missing a horn. Well, I have that repair. Let me get a couple of tools here. I'm just going to put my visor on so I can see. As I said, I gave everything a good bath yesterday. There, that's done. I'm going to put the window screen back in. It just slides in. There's some little tiny notches inside the body on each side that window frame glass fits in behind. You can use a thin pair of goes the other way. Goes that way. Fits in there like that. And that's pretty much the body back together. I am going to leave the fuel tank weight out until after we were done with the conversion. Then I will pop it back in, because we're going to have to run some wires. Okay, so there's the project. One of these I'm missing. This is the original truck out of it. However, it was really oiled and over oiled. So I'm going to take it apart and show you online cleaning it and servicing it. Then we'll put it back together. And this engine, this power torque is a match to this one. So I'm going to use this one in the locomotive. This one is another power torque unit, but it's a little bit different model. So I'm going to use the truck frame off this one onto this frame, because this one was missing. And that'll give us two complete trucks. So with that, we'll just take this one apart. Oh, the whole thing come out. Okay. They call it a gimbal. Not just somebody serviced this thing, and boy, they really oiled it. Okay. Normally, I don't worry about lights, but since this is going to be a specialty engine run once in a while on the Pacific Grand Western Fleet, same as I did that one, I'm going to oil it. Leave the light alone. Initially, they're a little bit tight, but you can usually anyway. Wires annoying. Like that, pop it off. There is a little tab on here you can put the screwdriver between that helps pop this off. We've got alcohol here for cleaning this stuff. Oh, okay, I see one reason. I got one. Okay. This one's got dual wires for the... And these are really nice to work on. back so you don't get dirt oil on you. Oh well. Wow. Did they ever oil it? There's the springs. Springs are good, they're not compressed. I'm going to get my fiberglass pencil. And I bought a little brush. I bought a little paintbrush out of the dollar store. I'll show you what it gets used for. But to start with, the reason I like these style motors, you'll see they've got a circle in them, where these don't. These are a lot easier to work on. You just lift this clip up and pull it straight back. May have to use the okay. There are the pliers. You just pull it back like that. And they're easier to change your springs on your brushes. Hold on 1 second, folks. I seem to drop something here. Well, you know. Okay, we're going to have to go with this. I have a smaller jeweler screwdriver that seemed to have vanished. There we go. And again, you just pull these back like that, and it makes it so much easier to change brushes and brush springs. Boy, is this thing ever oiled. You can just, I don't know if you can see on the camera very good, folks, but this is just soaked in oil. Commutator don't look too bad though. Okay, we need to remove this gear on the rear. All in all, this gear case ain't too bad. It was showing running on the eBay ad. It showed it running. So I have confidence this one runs. Once we get it all cleaned up here. There's actually nothing around the gears or in the gearbox. It's actually pretty clean gearbox. Just over oil. Now we'll take the commutator out. Magnets are good, good strong magnets. Now this is why I bought this brush, ladies and gentlemen. It's got some stuff on it, but whether that's burnt or just dirt. And I think this is just dirt. I do not think our armatures are burnt. This is just dirt. With this little brush, just be careful of the wires, but just go around and just scrub the, I'll put a little bit of alcohol on here. But yeah, this is just dirt, dust, can be cleaned off. This is a good armature yet. They just really over oiled it. And because of that, I'm going to take the magnets out. Wow. Okay, these magnets kind of glued in, they're not coming out. That's okay. This is a little medicine dropper I got out of the dollar store with 99%. 99% rubbing alcohol for cleaning everything. You get that from the dollar store as well. You can buy it out of the dollar store, not a drugstore. You're going to pay 6 times the price of what you can get it out of the dollar store for. But seeing as it's got so much oil on it, I'm going to give it a really good bath of alcohol. And as I say, this is not too, there's not much. This has never been run on a carpet. And like for USA Express, he was an absolute mess of what steel wool fibers in his motor. However, it does run pretty nice. Lucky it did no damage. If this hadn't been cleaned off, we would have burnt the motor out. This is just way too much. These two locomotives, both of them, will not be ever hooked up to my Atlas, or won't be MU'd to my Atlas or my model power locomotives, so they can use their original drives. And they're going to be just pulling a specialty train. It's going to be assigned to it. Seems everybody's asking about whether you can dual motor these things, which has got my curiosity up as well. And seeing as I got the parts, and I'm rebuilding it anyway, we're going to give it a go, as they say in old England. Jolly old England, or what used to be jolly old England. They don't know about it nowadays. But we're going to keep the political out of this hobbies. Let's just have fun doing our trains. That turned out pretty nice. Always make sure when you get the alcohol, it's at least 90%. The stronger the better. This is 99.9%, which is about as pure as you can get. It does do a much better job. And the nice thing about rubbing alcohol, it won't affect the equipment. Okay, that cleaned up pretty nice. We're going to clean this little plate up. And two magnets. We're just going to push this back in together. There, that's complete. Give this some. You've got pretty good brush strings as well. These power torques, well, it's not the greatest of system. They are pretty easy to work on. And they're kind of like the old 30s Ford V12, flathead V12. They're not that bad a engine, just takes more work to service them than the average person is willing to put on them with their open gears like they have. If Tyco would have kept their original running gear like they had on Mantua, instead of going to this system, they would have maybe stayed in business for a little longer. They did make some intriguing equipment. The Nyasta Silver Streak, well, they did make a movie of it, but it was using F units. They did do that, but outside of that, the engine itself is not, for its year, is not that bad in detail. Yeah, that's just true. And doing this will help clean the commutator off, will keep it cooler, will help things out a bit too. And yeah, these commutators are in good shape, there's nothing burnt. That was just excess dust and over oiling. This is a nice soft little brush coming in a pack of, I believe, 3. This is a smaller one of it. Just be careful of your wires. Don't get too rambunctious. And just like that, we have our commutator cleaned up. As I said, there's no burnt thing. That was just excess dust. So I'm going to give this a drop of alcohol because it gets the oil off. Then we take our fiberglass brush. These things you can get them on probably my lady friend, most likely. You can buy these brushes on Amazon. Sometimes you can get them on a set of 4 with one of each type of brush. This one the time I was looking for it, they wanted too much money, so I bought this one. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's nicely polished and cleaned up. With that, I'm just going to I'll use Hobie Lube white grease. I'm just going to put a tiny little spot in the back here, like that, just to inside the bearing for this to sit in, like that. And they're good strong magnets, which is good to see. We will clean this off because we're going to put a little bit of crazy glue on that in the end. And we're just going to put another little itty bitty tiny job on this bearing. You don't want much because you don't want to get it on the commutator. Burn your commutator. This goes like so. There. And we will clean this stuff up with a little bit of alcohol just to cut the oil off. These little droppers come in a bottle of package of 2 for $1 something, $1.25, something like that. Boy, they are handy. Wiping the wires off to get the excess oil. So I was working on a bike this morning and I guess I cracked the skin on my finger. Alcohol's stinging just a little bit. Okay, that holds the cover in. Drop a spot of alcohol on the brush. These are little brass brush retainers. Hold the brushes. The excess. Try not to drop them on the floor. The brushes, just you can just give them a very drop of alcohol just to cut the grease off. They don't need to be too much. And they look in good shape. Like that. Now, we take our 2 springs that are in nice shape. They're not compressed, they've never been overheated. You just plug them in like that. Now, this is why I like these brand of. I'm going to back that off a little bit. These brand of power torque motors. Slide this in. Take a small screwdriver. Hold the brush spring down. Well, kind of the idea anyway. Until you want to show somebody on a video. Then you just push the spring down gently. slides under there very gently. Put that together. That spring is in. Now we can put this back under that one and tighten this screw down a bit. We do the same with this one. Again, you just start this like that. Hold your spring down. Push it into place. Make sure your spring is in there. And like that, ladies and gentlemen, your brushes are back in. And this doesn't have to be too much torque. Don't overdo it. This goes up under that brass one. Like that, our motors go back together. Now, just to prove that is running, plug in our power pack. We should have a running engine. Yeah, you run nice. Even the light works. Okay, cool. Always unplug these type of transformers when you're not using them. Okay, now we can assemble the gears. We're just going to put a little bit of grease on here, on here, on there. And take our gears, heavily oiled. And just double check for cracks or broken gears. This one's all in pretty good shape. That goes on there. We're just going to put a dab on the back here. I'm going to put a spot on there just for this other big gear that goes on it. Okay. There we go. Now we get this all right, clean them up. Which one's on there? Tight. There. We got just a tiny too tight. Just a touch too much, folks. There we go. And we're just going to, when people say these things come off, we're just going to do a little, as I say, a little dab will do you. I forget what that was about. But it used to be a saying out there somebody had. Well, it's good to see somebody looked after this thing in oil. That was just a little too much oil. Sometimes more is not better. But them's the breaks. There. There. Almost done. And these have been all cleaned up last night. Just always check too. These things I have been running into trouble. The front ones are usually pretty good, but the rear ones, I'm getting a lot of these rear wheels are broken flanges. Okay. Now we got to rub our trucks off of this one. This is a good power torque truck too, but don't need him. Goes for spares. And we're going to put one of my grease stuff. Just a dab of, we're starting to get a bit down in here. Dab of grease. And we're going to mix it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a bottle I got off of, off of Amazon. They're selling it for, this is liquid bearings. It's 100% synthetic lubricant. They're selling this for people restoring Barney engines and old Mantuas and roundhouses, the old steam engines. So it's expensive. It's about 20, I think it's 20 something dollars a bottle here. But I got 2 bottles of it. It should last a long time. So I'm just going to try it out, see if this is any better than, here's it, but we're going to put a couple of drops on there just to mix that in. Like so. They're claiming for people restoring the older locomotives, this is supposed to be synthetic. It's supposed to last longer and be better. So we're going to find out. Like I say, it is expensive though. And this, I've already cut the coupler off the front of this one, so I'm going to body mount the coupler in this one as well. So that'll be on maybe another video. For now, I'm just trying to get it together. If I can get it all together and the two power motors in it, I'll be happy for this video. And again, don't over torque these things. They're just plastic. You don't need that much torque. Just going to put a spot of grease in a couple of places. We'll mix it with a drop or two of this. Incidentally, the other truck's already been done. We're just going to plug things back in and this one. This is one of those controllers with the center off. I do not know why Bachmann come out with that. But touch they did. We're just going to put this in on there. One here and here. There we go. Now why have I got a clip? The other way. Okay. The problem with these controllers, folks, is when you shut them off, you're going, you shut them off, you get two rambunctious, you go like that, you suddenly turn the locomotive into the other direction. Again, not a very well designed. I'm not an overly big fan of Bachmann. Yes, they had some nice cars and a few things out there, but I'm not an overly fan of Bachmann locomotives or Lifelike. I'm more Team Atlas or Model Power Roco. This has got good traction tires now. Okay, one part of our cleanup. We don't need this no more. Now we'll clean these up. And we'll start with the main one. And I'm also, you'll find on the Pacific Grand Western Railway, Alco's rule. There are a few EMDs and a few others, but Elco are the main locomotive in our line. And these are kind of being restored as kind of half a classic and especially trained. We'll get that goes in the right way. And just like that. What I also do, just to make things a little easier, put just a little dab of grease under the truck and turn it, just so it gives it a little bit of lubricant. Gives things a better fighting chance. And a touch on top. You can see where it's starting to wear a bit. It just helps for the cornering and gives it a little bit of less friction. problem with backman nowadays is they are still using the same, basically the same tooling. They have got one nice thing is they have added a little bit more weight to the cars, which is pretty nice. But for the most part, it's the same old tooling they've been using for a long time, and they're really putting the prices up ridiculous. This goes over here. Snap them in there. Like that, and there we go. There's our front truck done. And did our wire come off? I guess it did. Okay. Come off those. Okay. So now the fun begins, ladies and gentlemen. Put this aside. Make sure my hands are clean. I washed the shell. Don't want to get it all oily again. Now our fun begins, ladies and gentlemen. Put this in here. Unfortunately, this one got lucky. I had a set of brand new handrails for a Tyco C-430. Unfortunately, my other set to match to go on this fella is in Surrey, BC. Don't really do us any good tonight. Now, the fun part, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to put the headlight in. Pointed nose tire. This goes over to the stud inside the locomotive. It just kind of sort of slides down on. There's something like that. Now this one should go back in there. Now, this is the rear mount goes in there. And this is the truck. So we're going to have to go this way. What we're going to do is see if this will work on this rear mount. If this snaps in, we'll be in just like that, ladies and gentlemen. And I think it will turn. So once again, tiny little bit of grease under there, work it back and forth just so it goes under. But always remember to put that spring in. I did get one all together, only to discover I hadn't done that. Now, this goes in this way. We are going to have to solder this power my soldering gun on. Solder. This is alcohol is extremely flammable, so good idea to keep it away from the soldering iron. going to work out because we got power this side, power that side, same thing. So we're going to have to figure out which one where this is going to come in. Okay. So this one is going to be our power pickup for the rear. So we can crimp this wire over here. And we're going to get our brush and just give this a little bit of a so what we got to figure out, ladies and gentlemen, this one is going to be not, oh, we got lots of room. That's what we're going to do. Turn this off for a second, we don't kill my battery. This has got a screw-on clip. Make sure this is tight. We're going to put this onto this screw. There we go. Yeah, it's going to have to go this way. I'm going to take the screw out. Okay. If I'm right, what we're going to do is we're going to slip this in here. Just like that. So now we're going to wire. Okay. One more time. And just wire up through the there. Still turns, there we go. Okay. Rear truck is in. And if I'm right, this wire should go right on there. And we should have a dual powered locomotive. If I'm right. Again, this is rosin for solder. Where you need 4 hands. Try not to burn yourself. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, if I made the right guess, we're going to try this. These two motors should run in the same direction when we apply power to the trucks. Okay, we're going to have to bring another wire from the front to the back. We'll get our other wire here. Give this a quick nip. Not exactly sure why that front truck is clicking. The gears all look to be good. We're going to tin these. The reason you use rosin core solder is acid. We're going to have to take the rear truck back out again for a minute. We're going to have to attach this wire through here. Acid core will rot your electronics out. Okay. And this wire doesn't have to go in. However, what I'm okay. We gotta take this apart. You're really gonna make me take this off, are you? Oh, you son of a gun. There we go. This new wire is gonna have to go on this power truck down here. We're just going to put that there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as they say, fire two. And that, they're both going the same direction. Let's go down through and find out in a minute. Okay, now we can pop this on. Get in there. Okay. We'll take his weight, his fuel tank, and we will. This is a bit. Let's go the other way. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we should have a dual torque locomotive, which we're going to quickly find out. That's the parts. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our moment, whoopsie, sorry folks, our moment of truth. And again, locomotives go this way, power, ground. And just like that, oh, hey, that's nice. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a dual power locomotive. These are nice. Wow. Oh, he's got quite a bit of power, torque, too. That does work, those two motors. Okay. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It can be done. It has been done. We're just for the devilment, we're going to test this guy out. This one is going to pull our July 4th American celebration thing. Didn't get anyone real, did he? He go nice too. Whoopsie. Hey, you. I think I got some more traction tires on order. This guy needs the traction tires. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. And just while we're here, for the heck of the devilments, seeing as we got everything set up, any returning subscribers, this I bought on a eBay lot a week ago. We will see while we got the test track set up here if it goes. Well, oopsie. Yeah, it does. Oh. Yes, you can use some cleaning. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All in all, I'd say that was a pretty successful video today. I'm very happy. It proved it can be done fairly easily. Actually, and it gives it quite a bit of power for body mounting the couplers. And for pulling its own train, it does need to be MU'd now because it's got equivalent to 2 locomotives. And I got the caboose to go with him. And this will pull the specialty train. That one's going to pull the Spirit of 76 train. And we got 2 heritage units for the Pacific Grand Western Railway. Wish they had a different number, but maybe later date that could be changed. But for now, that was a real easy conversion to do. So that settles that question, ladies and gentlemen. It can be done. And with that, thank you for watching the video. Have a great day.